CAUW is an education-focused nonprofit organization that partners with public schools to really help keep students on track to succeed. CAUW works in some of the nation's toughest, highest high-need urban schools. And what CAUW does, the people in the front line for us are volunteers from across the nation, the core members who come from different backgrounds. They range from 17 to 24 years old to work with these students. So for example, I work with a student, I'm going to call her Teresa. She was someone I was assigned to work with in namely English. She was struggling in English, but I noticed early on that she was very much struggling in math as well. So what I began to do with her is I would pull her out for one-on-one tutoring sessions. And I got to know her, we talked about school and her friends and just school life, and then we really got into the math. So we did practice worksheets, I worked closely with her math teacher, really set up lesson plans that correlated to her schoolwork, but also touched on subjects that she was a few levels behind in. So we used worksheets, we used tests, like practice tests. A huge success was to use games, kind of make math games. I used a deck of cards to kind of get the concept of multiplication and getting the tables down and then moving on to algebra with them. And that's what really got her attention. And over time, she became much more confident. She was at first just really not confident in math. She was really struggling. At the beginning of the year, she didn't score above 30% in her tests. But after these tutoring sessions, we saw some gradual improvements. And I'll never forget, it was towards the end of the year, the math teacher, I was in class with her and the teacher, and she was looking at the scores. She had the scores in her hand. And she would look at the score, and then she would look at Teresa. And she just looked awestruck. She was awestruck. And then she eventually was like, Teresa, do you realize that you scored a 80% on your test, which was unheard of for her before? And Teresa's face, she lit up. She couldn't believe it. And she's like, really? That can't be. Are you sure that's right? And she's like, that's right. And she was so happy. She looked right at me. She was just so proud. That was the proudest I've ever seen her. She came to me afterwards and she thanked me. I was like, no, it was you. You could do it the whole time. And we just unlocked that potential. So that's what we do. And it was moments like that that just really inspired me to come back. I'm going to be going into my second year. I'll be leading a team of core members this year. And my goal is just to really bring my experience, what I've seen, with not only my students, but the students from other core members last year, and just kind of really make sure that happens again with these core members, that they can really touch the lives of these students.